His left upstairs. Real
Oh
quick.
my god. Wait, what the fuck is this?
Am I missing one here?
Currently changing.
I don't believe so. I think that's everyone.
Yeah, look good. Sure.
40, that brings about like, what, 10 per quarter shift?
Oh.
All right, is everyone ready to go?
87 10 shot. Yeah, round shots fired.
Let me go grab Payne and put him in here. What the fuck?
I'll read out names. If I don't say your name, let me know what your name is. All right, Duncan Dragons, Luther Fleck. I did not tell you to say here. Okay. Red Cliff.
Yes, sir.
And then Fox and who else?
Riley Neats.
What?
Riley Neats.
All right.
What's your call sign?
How do I check that, sir?
Did you clock on?
No, I wasn't told to clock on because I was able to access the online.
All right, your call sign's 931. Clock on after this before we go downstairs. All right.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You didn't call my name either, Captain.
What's your name?
Adler.
What's your first name? Or what's your call sign, rather?
924.
This way.
Gotcha. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you say there was a sixth?
I think it said someone that didn't make it, sir.
Dink Dragons was the person that's not here yet.
Sir, is my call sign the same one that you gave me the day you hired me, or is it different?
It's gonna be different. It'll be like 932 probably.
Understood.
It's Sergeant, not sir.
I know,
I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, Sergeant.
What is it right now?
Go take a seat.
When you asked me, it was 8047, but I don't know beyond that, sir.
All right, let's take a look at this.
You know, there's another
What the
Jake
fuck? This was at 17 earlier.
Didn't make it through the first academy.
You're kidding.
Dead serious.
Oh.
932.
Who the fuck is John Doe?
I'm gonna struggle with this being quiet thing.
There's a John Doe.
Yeah, and he's the rank of chief.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about him.
Yes.
How am I not gonna worry about him?
Yeah. Claire.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Listen, I was only gone for half the day. The fuck?
I've already been replaced, Chief. How's your day been, Chief?
It's been good. I was snowboarding.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Didn't realize Mount Chiliad had snow this time of year.
Oh no, I flew out for it. You know.
Okay.
I was
Gotcha.
watching the cops last night.
921 plus 1 today.
Let's go, boys.
That's for 2
That was
plus
a good
1
one.
76. Same here, 247.
that. You know what? You're so.
Well, I gotta stay warm.
Careful, they're gonna make you do push-ups.
That's what I hope for, so I can show how strong I am.
Oh, don't sit. You know what? Never mind. I'll let you figure it out.
Guys, stay warm. So, when do we get our guns?
Did you see the loadout downstairs?
Did you not get your loadout?
You were supposed
did.
to get one.
Yeah,
I wasn't told to get one.
yeah, but that guy that looks like he's in charge in green, he said, yeah, don't give him the gun, which I think I deserve it.
I mean, Staff Sergeant
this.
said there was a list on the wall there.
What's your name?
It's Luther Fleck, sir.
Luther Flex. Pleasure to meet you.
No, Fleck. Oh, that was a bad impression.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us get to.
Oh, fucking Rip Tinker, dude. We got a replacement.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Are you fucking serious? Really?
Oh,
Oh my. What? Okay. What the fuck?
All right. To confirm, can everyone see this board? Yes or no?
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
All right. Read at the top. What does it say? The mission? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about our culture real quick. Our culture is very clear. We want to make sure that we are enforcing the law here.
What in the
without
fuck?
Crushing down on citizenship. We want to
Okay.
make sure that we
Okay,
provide,
dude. Like,
when we
whoa.
are working with civilians, fun, healthy, and constructive conversations. We also need. Oh, 1 second. I have to do something with DOJ. Hold on. Take this for a second, Payne. You remember this slide?
Mm-hmm.
Give me 2 seconds.
All right. Can you all read?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant.
All right. Read this. Tell me when you're done.
You will enforce
No,
the
to
law.
yourself.
Not out loud,
To
you dumb
yourself.
fuck.
In your head.
Finish, Sergeant.
All right. I'm good, actually. Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
921
All
plus
right.
138
So,
north.
Next thing.
we
We
already
do not.
Four door, no
What are you saying, Fleck?
Nothing, sir.
Okay. First, next up, we don't want you taking criminals down and salt mining them for civilians and just grilling them for no reason whatsoever for your own enjoyment. This ain't your personal power fantasy. I want you to understand that with your very sense of being that you are not here to live your power fantasy. You understand that? Yes or no?
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
All right. You're expected to communicate with people. You're not expected to go from call to call to call to call. You're expected to take what's in front of you and to deal with what's in front of you, to treat every interaction that you have with the civilian population of this fine state with care and with meaning. Meaning you just don't leave someone. Everyone deserves attention and respect. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Which leads me to my next point. The most expedient way to solve a problem isn't always the most effective. A lot of times, the most expedient way to end a problem is the most damaging. Long term, it can create damaging long-term effects with our relationship with the public. And that one expedient thing that you do could be the first drop in the bucket of another officer taking an expedient route. And eventually, all those little drops in the bucket, what they do is they make the bottom of the bucket fall out. And people start to hate the entirety of the PD. And oftentimes, the sad part of police departments is the fact that not often is it the individual or individuals who put those drops in the buckets that feel the backlash for the bucket breaking. It's everyone else around them. So think about that. Look from left to right and think about the next time that you try to take an expedient route to your problem being solved, what the consequence could be for your fellow officer that you're training with right now on your side, because they could be dead, shot. They could be kidnapped, their family extorted, all because you decided to take the quickest solution to a problem for your own self-benefit. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
This is deathly serious stuff. I want you to hone in on that and think about it.
Yeah.
Next thing you need to know. The LSPD is a semi-militaristic organization. Chain of command is everything. You will be chewed out for not doing something right, and you have to accept that now before you go into this. There will be times when me or the NCOs like Lane or Payne or even the Chief Knight over here are going to chew your ass out because you did something wrong. You need to realize it ain't personal. It's because of the structure that we find ourselves in. A lot of people don't understand. Police forces,
Bro, we came in at the right time.
Yeah, Cap, it's semi-militaristic. It's based on a military ranking structure. So you need to realize what you're getting into. Go ahead, Luther.
Will there be favorites, sir?
Favorite what?
Cadets. Like, am I striving for the best, or are we all equal?
If there was a favorite, Luther.
Me. All right, continue.
Do you think it would be you?
Of course, I'm gonna outrank all of these guys by the end of the week.
Well,
Good luck.
I'll let you discover whether this exercise and exercise we're about to do, Luther, depend on teamwork or superiority.
Luther, you better be careful. They might outrank you in the next 5 minutes.
Keep your
Good one,
voice down
sir.
back there, sir.
All right. Next up. You respect them. You respect them without any doubt in your mind. And if you have issues with something your superior tells you, you deal with it after. You do not deal with it in the moment. You do not do that, period. If there is an escalation, there's an escalation path.
I
You
feel
try to
like I
solve it
know Luther
respectfully
from
and
somewhere.
constructively. Then, when that's done, and that does not bear fruit, if you have a legitimate complaint, you bring it up the chain of command formally. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Do not
Yes, sir.
disrespect our NCO and Officer Corps. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes, Commissioner.
All right, next thing I need y'all to do. I need you to make sure when you go to places that you are reading the room. You can, as an officer, in 20 minutes, go from a very funny, lighthearted encounter to a deathly serious one. And you cannot stay in one mode of seriousness or in humor or in just unserious for extended amounts of time. You cannot do that. That's not possible. You have to be able to adapt as situations face you, because if you bring the wrong attitude and you don't match the energy at the scene correctly, you can drastically affect it. Next
Yes,
up,
sir.
I want y'all to have a yes and mentality with the civilians around here, which basically means I want you to look for solutions to problems, positive ones if they exist. Of course, there's going to be plenty of opportunities and scenes where there is not a positive outcome that is present, but you should strive for the preservation of life and for confidence in our police force and the community at every angle. Do you understand?
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
And most of all, if you lost your personality on the Ferris wheel when you were 6 years old and you never went to go pick it back up with your mama, you ain't right for this. So if you don't got a personality, you need to go on, take a taxi, zoom it on down to the pier, go back to the Ferris wheel and see that thing washed up somewhere and it's still present.
Well, that caused me,
Sit
right?
the fuck down, Lucy.
Sorry.
Now, next up, you, from this point onwards, and I want to hear you all say yes, you now agree to the fact that we can fire you for anything at any time, no matter what it is, if you act out. Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Agree?
You betcha.
Oh,
It's
wait,
more
the
than that.
UI's
I
updated.
want you to take
Wait,
the oath
what the
before we go any
fuck?
further into this,
Oh
which basically
my
comes
god.
to the fact that this badge on your chest is a weight. It's
Oh
a shield
my
that you
god,
must
that
hold up
is
to
so
protect the
good.
citizenship. I want you to know the measure of the oath
Oh,
you're about to
oh my
take.
god, I just
It
had an
means you are
orgasm.
swearing to put
Did you
your
see what
own
just happened?
personal
That call went up,
preservation and gains
and then it
aside
popped back up when
for the
someone
citizens
assigned to
of
it.
San Andreas. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Commissioner.
Okay, repeat after me. On my honor,
On my
On my
honor.
On my honor.
On my honor,
I will never betray my integrity, my character, or
I
public
will
trust.
never betray
I will
my
never betray
character
my
or
integrity, my character, or the public trust.
I will
Or
always
the,
have the
trust you.
courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions.
I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions.
I will always maintain the highest ethical standards and uphold the values of my community and the agency I serve.
I will always
I will
maintain the
always-
highest ethical standards and uphold the values of my community and the agency I serve.
Congratulations. You've now gained the responsibility of the oath of honor. And on top of that, you've gained entry to at least start your training on the path of being a LSPD officer. Congratulations.
Fantastic.
Do we clap?
Yeah, no.
Everyone has a weapons license, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Commissioner.
Negative, Commissioner.
A negative?
Yes, sir.
It was the
Okay.
late arrival. We'll get him sorted.
They didn't even give me a gun.
Well,
It was
Probably
on
for
the
the best.
wall.
all right. Go over on duty, off duty, and how to use the radio.
All right. So when you clock in, you're gonna do it at the front desk of MRPD. Talk to the receptionist.
Hey,
They'll
radio
mark
check.
you as on duty. Everyone's got a radio here. Go ahead and take it out.
Anybody want to double up?
Oh, that was not it.
Yeah, I
Hey,
would
put
agree
him
with you.
down. Put him down.
Double
Sorry.
up like the cadet.
I'm upholding
All
the
right, so-
integrity for those around me.
The knob on the top, that's gonna be your on and off switch. Tap that, it'll turn on, turn off. You got multiple channels that you can be connected to at one time. I suggest you stay on one. Channel 1 is the EMS frequency. If you ever need EMS for anything, you can join their channel and ask them for assistance. Channel 2 is your standard operating channel.
This is what
That
I
is the
love.
channel you patrol
So
on,
I
and
can
the
say
channel
listen to channel
that you
1
will
for
continue
EMS, but don't
to
talk on
use,
it.
until you switch to a
But
different
talk
tack. Do you
on
have a
channel
question?
2.
Yes, sir. I didn't have the chance to get the gear yet. That was
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get you sorted after
Yeah.
this.
10-4.
You can switch channels by just tapping on the
Yeah, you
screen
can monitor
on
it.
your radio. These are really fucking fancy. You can move up and down. Channel 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are generally tactical channels, so we'll switch to those channels in certain scenarios. Your scene lead will be the one that designates that you switch to attack channel. If someone comes to frequency 2 and requests additional units on, for example, TAC 3, that means you're switching to channel 3. The headphones is basically lets you listen, and the microphone icon lets you actually talk on that frequency. You can be on, like I said, multiple frequencies, listening to some and only talking on one. I recommend you just stay on one though, because this radio is temperamental. You can change the volume of your radio. I highly recommend you keep it on 10. Anything above that, and you're probably going to bleed from the ears.
10 to
Any
20.
questions?
Is it possible that I can just get up and stretch my legs quickly? Just walk around the room, not like.
Sure.
Weak. Sorry. Were we joining a radio channel now? Or, yeah.
No, don't worry about joining a channel now.
Yes, sir.
All right, when you go off duty, you're going to clock off at the front desk, and then you're going to go to the locker room. On the right side of the locker room is your personal locker. You're going to store all of your equipment, and then you'll be free to leave MRPD and off duty. Do not carry your loadout off duty, because if you get robbed and it gets stolen, you are responsible for that equipment. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
Sergeant.
sir.
Yes, Sergeant.
All right. Let me get the commissioner because I don't want to fuck up the slides.
All right, the next slide anyway is just chain of command, so I'll go over it with you guys. What you guys need to know is your chain of command is cadet, proby, officer, senior officer, corporal, and then your NCO is your sergeants, right? So Payne here is a sergeant, Lane over there is a staff sergeant, okay? And then you hit command, which would be your lieutenant and your captains. I'm captain, so I'm command, and then you hit commander.
Sergeant
deputy
is a
chief,
command
chief,
on here.
and
I didn't
assistant chief.
realize.
Those are your
Oh my God,
high
I'm
command,
learning
And
too.
then there's the commissioner's office, which would be the commissioner and the deputy commissioner, both of which, well, obviously you've met the commissioner, but we also have a deputy commissioner and the chief who is with us today. So a lot of your chain of command, if not your entire chain of command, actually is in the room or on the floor right now.
Me too.
Yes, sir.
What? Yeah. So I don't know. The next slide. What did he say? Did he say he was coming to change it?
He said, I don't want to fuck this up.
I wasn't talking to you, Luke.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Would the sergeant and staff sergeant be our NCO support channel or just chain of command? Are they in the direct chain of command?
It would be your sergeant. If you try and find
Understood.
Payne, if you can't find him, find Lane. But you can also go to like seniors and corporals and stuff for anything if you need it.
Got it, sir.
Only time you'd skip chain of command is to raise a concern after the fact.
Understood.
Does everybody else understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, Luther, let me see if you understood. If you have an issue with something that happened on a scene with another officer, say say Officer Fox over here, you and him got into an argument, who are you going to?
Well, I'm not going anywhere, sir, because I gotta wait until later. But I will wink at someone, so they get it, you know. Is that correct?
I'm so confused.
What?
Later's already happened. You're now in later. And you
Yeah,
need to
now
talk
it's
to
time to
someone.
find someone in chain of command. Who would you go to?
My supervisor.
Who's that?
Well, of course, it'd be Mr. Lane in the back. He already said I was his favorite.
I don't think he's your first line.
Try my best,
Luther,
sir.
are you here to become an
Yeah.
officer?
Of course.
Are you paying attention?
Literally, I have not looked away. I didn't even blink.
Okay.
Starting to hurt.
Luther, blink, please.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. We're done with this?
Yeah, and I went over the chain of command.
Okay, good. All right. Do you went over discipline?
I didn't go
Ways?
over this. No.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are sorted for your promotions, and the things that qualify to your promotions are work ethic, your job ability, executing and closing cases, the ability to active listen, which leads to taking and enacting feedback given, which means you listen not just to your commanding officers, but your peers and civilians. That is very important. It's a
Yeah!
huge part of you being able to get promotion. Also, displaying leadership qualities is a big one. The biggest, however, is the adherence to our culture and our mission, which is extremely important. The other thing you have to take note is that NCO and command work you'll only be given if you have an ability to not only have leadership qualities, but also the capacity to do homework, which is not for everyone. And I think that's something people need to fully understand is that those positions come with
Yep.
homework.
Yep. Yep.
On discipline, this is not limited to.
Bro, we put some good fucking
any of
SOPs
these
together.
actions, but you could.
It's like
receive
DPD on
anything from
crack.
coaching,
It
verbal
really is.
warnings, written warnings, removal of certifications, which moves like anything for like your rifle certifications or pursuit certifications, that type of thing. Sending off duty, suspensions. And then you need to be realized NCOs can suspend you for 24 hours. Command can suspend you for 72. And all of these punishments can be appealed to my
Long thing of the 6
commissioner's
months.
office, where we will enact a tribunal. The tribunal room is downstairs. We'll try to do so in a timely manner. We can remove you for any reason whatsoever if we deem you at any point to be hazardous to the overall community in the state of San Andreas. The next up, for leave of absence, you must request through the MDT. and you must contact us if you're going to be away for over 7 days. 4 days for you while you're probies or cadets, because that is the cutoff point for termination if you aren't on duty. And then you may still be terminated if you were inactive prior to that submission. So you can't do so in lieu of. We will terminate you if you try to do a quick one and put an LOA right at your end of, like, you know, if you're 5 days as a probie and you put in an LOA, we're probably going to tell you no, because we don't have time for that. All right.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Load out and equipment. At all times on duty, you must have a pistol, a taser, a radio, and handcuffs, which we need to add that up there. If you have a shotgun, shotguns are for Corporal Plus, and you must stow those in your vehicle unless you are matching force. That is not negotiable. For rifles, you must be certified, and they are stowed in your vehicle unless permitted by command or matching force. The big thing to realize here is that these things must be stored in your vehicle, not in your ass, not in your asshole, not under your arm, not on your back, not anywhere but inside the car. Do you understand me?
No ass rifles. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
Commissioner.
you. Next up, before you leave MRPD to go out on duty, you must check all of your gear. Before you leave off duty, you must check to make sure all of your gear is stored in your personal locker. And Chief Knight, you must make sure that you lock and or turn off your vehicle when exiting it at all times. It's very important. Please, everyone take note of this. Do not get rookie checked. Next
the amount of people I've had to speak to about that particular issue has been insurmountable.
Yeah, makes the chief sick.
Our poor chief has been the target of a rampant campaign of harassment and vehicle theft by an underground organization, is what I've been told.
Yep,
that
not
has
wrong.
targeted him explicitly.
Me too.
Now, you must refuel and repair any fleet vehicles prior to going off duty. You must make sure that they are
I love the
brought
way
back complete
the
for,
redirect to chat.
ongoing repair. And I think you must know, this is important, that I have a record of every single time you store a car and you leave it. I can see if you leave it unfueled and not repaired. And a lot of people forgot this, and I've continually chewed their ass out. Me and Lane in particular look at that stuff all the time. So don't do it. I will find you. My foot will find you, and will find the nicest, snuggest place in your ass. Understood?
No, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I mean, yes. Sorry.
Next up,
You guys know
as
the answer to that
probies,
one.
after
Oh,
you go through
probably.
your phase, you'll be able to drive a Stainer Scout.
Bro,
or
the
Torrance
first time
as
I got
enlisted
stolen, I
officer.
was
You can
like,
drive
wait,
our
what the
VSTR,
fuck, bro?
Alamo, and Sandstorm, all very nice cars. The restricted cars at the moment are the Shinobi, which is a bike, Dominator GTX, the Hellfire, Coquette, Vigoro, which are all sports vehicles and chase pursuit units, and then the Maverick, which is a helicopter. And let me be honest here. Helicopter we take very seriously in this department. So if you were to go for this, you had to be seriously skilled and do some practice. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Commissioner.
The biggest thing to take away is that you're not allowed to unmark the vehicles, and you're not allowed to do weird customizations. If you do that, Lane will literally find you, and you will wish you were never born, because I've heard him yell at people over their vehicle.
Oh, thank God.
customizations that were
Yeah,
insane.
when PD
And,
started doing like the
yeah.
the crazy shit in 1.0, like, you know, where they had like it was
No, you
kind of
also aren't
funny
allowed to
for a
adopt
day,
anything
and then it
inside
was
your
just kind of
vehicle.
like
Radio comms.
hard to take
Um,
serious, you know what I mean?
Fuck it. I'll do this one too. We need you to think before transmitting on the radio at all times. This means we need you
Oh, he's a really good pilot.
to make
Yep.
sure that the things that you are saying on the radio are using the ABCs: accuracy, brevity, clarity. Which I need you to make sure that the things you're saying are relevant, meaning that you transmit your name and the thing that needs to be transmitted, and you do so in quick succession and not repetitively, and not yelling, and not being an annoyance to every single fucking person on the radio. You need to think about the radio like it's a public hall, much like this one. Imagine all these seats were filled right now, and as I'm talking right here, Luther Fleck decided to be annoying and yell over me multiple times and just be a nuisance.
I
That
would
is
never.
basically the equivalent on the radio. Do you want to be a Luther Fleck?
Of course, everyone. Let's
No,
all say
sir.
it together.
No,
What?
Commissioner.
No, guys, that's the wrong answer.
Exactly.
We
I
all
didn't
want to.
think you'd want to be a Luther Fleck, right?
Because
You
you're
don't
you're
wanna
not
be
good
that on
enough.
radio.
You're not good
Luther,
enough to be
you're
me.
already doing it,
Luther.
Luther.
Thank
Oh.
you for the great example for the class. You don't want to be that, and that is the equivalent of you when you interrupt and you're telling everyone about your fucking social story on the radio. No one gives a shit. No one cares. You don't
I
talk
did
about
exactly
how
what
you-
he asked of me, sir.
Shut up, Luther. That's enough.
Yes, sir.
Be good over there. Don't make me make you do a lap or make you bark like a dog. I'll do it. Now, next up, the things you need to know is think, keep it brief, and make sure it is slow and clear instead of speed racing through your transmission.
Yo, Mayor Doctor, thank you for the 20 months.
But
Appreciate you.
don't
Thank
have
you,
to
thank
be
you.
a motor mouth.
Yo, chat, 33 away from 2.4,
The
baby.
thing that I will tell you is
Tip,
don't
tip,
talk over
tip.
people. If you want to use break, use it effectively. There are a lot of people who use the term break on the radio a lot more than they should. You should never yell over someone break, break, break unless you have a clear, discernible reason for doing so, like your life being in danger or someone's life being in danger or call priority as heightened above what is
Go
on the radio.
washed. Thank you so much, man, for the 5
next up,
gifty subs.
Shift command are always going to help delegate and help lessen traffic on the radio and assign people to move channel where appropriate. We can be in multiple channels at once on our radio, as you've learned. And when you try to attempt to hail someone,
You keep beating that lady, I'm gonna fucking
is
shoot
that-
you. Stop beating her.
what the?
I got it.
Okay.
All right.
That is not the de-escalation we asked for. If you're attempting to hail someone else on the radio, you
Anonymous,
want
thank
them
you
to
for the
be
gifty
very
sub.
clear. Your unit number -100 to give me
Need
one of your call
officers
signs.
to MRP